Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. I am going to take a quick second, Leo, just to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there, so guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in, Leo, but as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the World. You have the Page of Swords in the reverse. And coming out together is the Six of Coins along with the Three of Swords. Oof. So you're closing out a very painful cycle, Leo. You're closing out a cycle. You're not quite sure how you're going to do it. So I can see you're struggling. You've been heartbroken here, but you desperately want to bring balance back into your life. Again, it's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I am going to do it, right? And I definitely see that that is what's taking place. There's a cycle closing out, so a brand new cycle can begin. Now, this could be with somebody that you have yet to meet, but I do feel like if you had had your choice, you would have, gone back with somebody else, but only if it was a balanced connection. You're not interested in, remaining in this heartbroken energy. So let's see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. We have the Five of Coins and the Two of Swords. So the person that's in your energy, they're feeling rejected. They're feeling abandoned and a sense of loss in this connection. They have feelings for you, but they're not really showing those feelings. They're holding them back. It's like they're tamping them down. With the Two of Swords, they're in this very indecisive energy. They don't know what to do. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling this sense of loss. But I feel like they're kind of clamming up. They're not really expressing themselves. So let's see the energy between Leo and this person. Okay, hold on just a moment. We have the Six of Wands. And the Fool in reverse. Oh, okay. So this person wants to take a risk with you. They want to have a new beginning, but they're afraid to, so they're holding back. You're ready to close this cycle out. It's like you've been heartbroken by this person, and now you just want to close it out, find the balance in your life. They're in a state of fear. You have the Six of Wands, so I feel like you're receiving some kind of recognition in some form, but you don't want to have this energy any longer, this painful energy. You want to close it out and move towards something that is successful. And they're afraid that you are going to successfully do that. I feel like you are. Let me see what's affecting this connection. It's a lot of energy here. All right, we have Judgment. We have the Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, another Leo or Sagittarius. But this person definitely has passion towards you. I do feel like you would like to bring this together if at all possible, but not if it's going to continue to be painful. So you're trying to make a good judgment call here with regard to this. I do feel like the person that's in your energy is feeling compelled to take action, but they're afraid. They're afraid to. So let me see. Show me the outcome. They're definitely focused on you. I can see that. They're very attracted to you as well. Seven of Wands. It's a standoff. Yeah, it's a standoff here between the two of you. And this has been very painful. And the reason that there's a standoff is because this person is indecisive about this connection. So there's a lot of defensive energy here. I feel like there's been conflicts and, fighting between the two of you as well. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Hello, Leo. There you are. So you're showing up in the reading. I feel like your energy is impacting this far more than you are aware. But I feel like you are taming your, that inner part of yourself. You've been working on yourself. You're showing up here as being very courageous, very much stepping into your own power. So I do like that about you. All right, so let me see. We're going to clarify. Spirit, why is the World card here for Leo? Why is the World card here? All right, we have the Fool in reverse, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're trying to figure out how to get out of this state of fear, closing out that fear. So it's like you wanted a new beginning here, and this person, was denying it because of their fear. I do feel like you would like to talk to this person, but ultimately, you don't want to be dealing with somebody who is uncertain about you. Somebody who, is afraid to take a risk, afraid to have this new beginning. So I feel like that's what you're closing out. It's showing up here in their energy, and you're recognizing it here. And you're basically saying, no, I'm closing this out so that I can have success with someone new. Why is the Page of Swords in reverse? Some of you may have met somebody new. And if so, there's an indication that that could be very successful. Four of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Sun in reverse. Yeah, this ending made you really unhappy. You may feel that you're dealing with somebody who is very immature. Because, see, you have the Knight of Cups here in the upright. They have it in the reverse. I feel like you've approached this person with a very loving energy. But at this point, you don't feel that this person is mature enough to handle this connection. There's a sense here that you don't know if they're ever going to come towards you. It's like you know that they have feelings for you, and they do. But they've been withholding those feelings. They've been sitting in their own fears. And so you're unclear whether or not this person's ever going to approach you with this cup of love. There's an acknowledgement that, this person is very immature, and it's making you unhappy. Now, would you like to reconcile with this person? You would if they were in a loving energy. But I'm not seeing that that's what happened. In fact, this connection ended because of the fear-based, communications, fear-based actions of this person. So let me see the bottom energy. And I feel like you're just exhausted, Leo. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to have a successful relationship. And again, for some of you, there is someone new who is offering, love and passion in this connection, but you're uncertain about it. All right, so we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Chariot reverse, and we have the Devil. Yeah. So this is not moving forward. You're recognizing that this is not moving forward. Somebody here is not offering commitment. I feel like when this ended, you were brokenhearted. And there's a recognition that this cannot move forward because of the toxic energy that's present. That toxic energy is what's causing this standoff. It's what's causing the conflicts between the two of you. So until this person can approach you in a loving manner, in a non-toxic manner, without all the fear, without holding back their emotions, you're just like, no, I'm just going to put a wrap on this. It's been too painful. It's been too painful. And this ending was heartbreaking for you. And you're now beginning to find your balance, which is probably why for some of you, there is someone new that's coming into your energy. So let me see this person's energy. Show me why the Knight of Cups is in reverse for the person in Leo's energy. Page of Cups reversed, and the Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, this person's learning a karmic lesson. They're not offering their feelings, their emotions, their love. They have them. In fact, this person may even view you as a soulmate, but they're in so much fear-based energy that the love and the feelings and the emotions can't get through it. It can't breach the fear that this person has. I feel like this person, you know, is questioning whether or not you could still be with them, whether or not you still have feelings for them. They may be wondering if you're with someone new. Have you started something with someone new? They're hoping you're not. Why is the Five of Coins here? I feel like this is somebody who expresses their feelings in a very immature way. And they may recognize that and they're regretful of it. They definitely have some regrets here. There's a lot of energy involved in your reading as well. So I know there's been a lot going on. All right, so we have the Star card in reverse. We have the King of Swords. And we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. Aquarius energy is actually very strong here. But what I'm seeing is that this person is trying to get honest with themselves. They are very unbalanced. They're experiencing a sense of hopelessness. Their emotions are all over the place. They want to talk to you. They want to talk to you. They want to communicate, but they know that they have to do that in a very honest and direct way. They're beginning to lose hope that, you know, you are going to be there when they finally get their act together. And I have to say that that might be true. There's also an indication that this person is experiencing financial problems. They may be robbing Peter to pay Paul. Their money's not where it needs to be either. So they're kind of having to face themselves. They're having to get honest with themselves about why they're going through all this loss. And the loss exceeds the relationship with you. They're definitely feeling a sense of loss with that, but there is also financial loss. So I feel like this person is receiving karma. Why is the Two of Swords here? Why is the Two of Swords here for the person in Leo's energy? Ten of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, and the Four of Cups. So this person is saying, Leo, you're avoiding me. You're ignoring me. I want to solve the problems between the two of you, or between us, but it's your fault. So they are kind of blaming you, which I don't think is going to be very helpful for them. They feel like you're angry with them. They feel like you're mad at them. They feel like you're ignoring them. They're wondering if this is going to be a missed opportunity between the two of you, like, you know, you've already moved on. So this is somebody that is beginning to recognize that they were disrespectful to you, that they treated you as less than, you know, the queen or king that you are. And so they're trying to figure out, and they're going back and forth in their mind. Should they just, you know, let bygones be bygones, or should they try to resolve the problems that are between the two of you? But they're definitely ambivalent here. They're definitely going back and forth. So let me see the energy between Leo and this person. All right, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. We have Judgment in reverse. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So they're holding on to your energy. I will tell you that. This is somebody that if they walked away from this connection, they deeply regret it. And I do feel like they are going to be coming back. Both of you are still somewhat emotionally attached in some manner here. There's still feelings, there's still emotions, but I do feel like you may be feeling like you made a poor judgment call with regard to this person. And I feel like as long as they are remaining in this fear state that they're in, as long as they're, you know, going back and forth about if they want this connection or not, you're gonna reject them. You have no interest in somebody that is not completely and 100% sure. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So I do feel like you want something successful, even if that means going with somebody new. And there's definitely new people. I see at least 3 new people in your energy. So let me see what's affecting the connection. This person is definitely very drawn to you. And I feel like you want them as well, but you just don't want the baggage that this person has, you know? All right, we have the Eight of Wands, I'm sorry. We have the King of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer sign. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, this is somebody who enjoys being single. There's a sense here of this person being, working on their money, being very independent. They're a very independent person. For some of you, this person could be a manager or a business owner of some sort. I do feel like they are coming across as being somebody that has experienced poverty and loss, and now they're trying to work through that. They are showing up as single. I don't see them involved with anyone else. There may have been somebody at one point early on after the two of you broke up, but I'm not seeing anybody in their energy. In fact, there's more new people in your energy than is in theirs. Is there love here? Absolutely, there is. There's definitely love here. You both have feelings for each other. And there's strong feelings. But I feel that this person is trying to decide if they want to be single, want to remain single, or if they want to, you know, commit to this connection. They definitely have the passion for you. I'm not seeing a lot of cups. At the same time, they do feel like you could possibly be a soulmate, and they're holding on to you. Now, in your energy, you have a lack of clarity with regard to if this person is ever going to come towards you in a loving and caring manner. So you're basically making a judgment call here. I do see communication. I do see communication. I see you communicating to this person that you have love for them. By the way, they feel judged by you. But I also see you communicating that you don't know if they're ever going to come approach you in the right way. Yeah, so it's a judgment call for you. Let me see why the Seven of Wands is here. This person is desperately hoping that you're still single, and some of you might not be. Some of you have met somebody that you may be considering. Why is the Seven of Wands here? All right, we have the Ten of Coins. We have the Eight of Swords. The Emperor. Interesting. Aries energy, by the way. And we have the Two of Wands. All right, so I feel like you're looking at things, Leo, from a long-term perspective. I feel like you don't want a half-assed effort. You want this person to make up their mind. Are they in? Are they out? What do you want? And then proceed. You know, it's almost like you feel this person is just toxic and they've just been playing with your emotions and your feelings. And this is why you've put the brakes on. So what I see you doing is basically taking charge of your own life. You're making your own money. You're definitely wonderfully supported by family or close friends. And you're becoming your own emperor. You're in charge of your own life here because you feel that this person is toxic. All you've asked this person for is an equal give and take. If I give to you, you give to me. And you're worried that this person's not going to do that they're just going to be toxic. And I don't see you backing down. You're not going to move forward with this person if they're still in that toxic energy. So I feel like a lot of you, this is causing a lot of anxiety for you, but you are beginning to find your balance here. I will say, Leo, that there's some toxicity within yourself that you do need to address as well. But I do see you doing that. I see you recognizing that and doing that. This person's hitting some blind spots within you that you need to address, though. Now, in their energy, it's almost like this person's doing the blame game. They're like, I want to solve everything, but you're ignoring me, Leo, so we can't resolve this, and that's why I don't know if I want this or I don't. So I do see with the Two of Wands in the reverse This person could be deciding, you know, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. You want too much, you know. They can definitely sense that there's a strength within you. And I feel like this person almost feels like they're competing against you in some sense with regard to that. I do feel like they are choosing to continue to ignore the connection at this point. They're not taking any action in order to resolve the problems that are here. And that indecisive energy is still here. Meanwhile, they see you bossing up. And so I feel like they almost feel like they're competing with you. But the truth of it is this person needs to get really honest with himself. And I do see them making an attempt to do so. But they're kind of bouncing between remaining single or resolving the problems and making a commitment here. So, yeah, it's a tough situation to be in. And I feel like you're kind of fed up with this. You're fed up with the energy. You definitely have a lot of people revolving around you that are new and are interested in you. And some of you may have already accepted a love offer or, you know, are considering a love offer from someone new. I feel like somebody may have made an offer to you, but you don't know if it will make you happy or not. And if that's the case, you are definitely going to be talking with this person. There just seems to be that there's love here, but there's such a deep divide between the two of you, and neither of you are willing to budge. Yeah, it's like a standoff here where you're both saying, I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. But honestly, I don't feel like you're asking too much here, Leo. I really don't. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. Oof. So you addressing your own issues, you stepping into your power, you becoming, you know, in charge of your own life is bringing this Ace of Cups in. Now, for some of you, that's pouring into yourself. But for some of you, like I said, there's someone new in your energy and you may be deciding to have a new beginning elsewhere. If so, it does look like it will be successful. All right, so let me see if there's any further advice for Leo. Advice for Leo. Says 2 hearts. Number 39, 2 hearts. I don't think I've ever gotten that card. Let me read that for you. Give and receive love. The girl had love of all the jungle creatures and felt relieved that, with the aid of her elephant companion, she was able to find the lost cub. In the heat of the afternoon, the trio made their way along the trail. Sheltered from the sun by the shade of the parasol, she relaxed, knowing that the cub would soon be reunited with her mother and the rest of her pride. Love is recognized as one of the most basic human needs. Love takes on many forms and is experienced in different ways by different people. It involves a mixture of feelings that may include attraction, attachment, affection, and need. Everybody needs to love and be loved in order to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. When we experience love, we may benefit from an improved ability to cope with life's stresses, less risk of depression, increased self-esteem, and a longer life expectancy. And then there's a quote here from Lennon McCartney. It's from the Beatles. It says, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. And that is that reciprocity that you're looking for, that equal give and take. So, yeah, that's what this is all about. But there is love surrounding you in many other forms. And I see that in your reading as well, Leo. So, all right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you have the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you are loved, and namaste.